I'm JJ Barnes and welcome back to another episode of Creative Writing Advice. If you don't know me, my name is JJ. I am the author of How to Write a Story, which is out now on Amazon. And I also have several books out, a TV show in production and a film currently in post-production. And yeah, I'm over here on YouTube bringing you the writing advice that I have learned through my career, hoping to help make you a better and more confident writer so together we can get more stories out into the world. So today I'm doing a video on writing prompts. So if you saw my video that I did previously, I was answering a bunch of different questions and I got one question which was, what would you do if you woke up and you were in a different body? And I got to thinking that that is a fantastic writing prompt. So what I'll do, I'll talk to you about what writing prompts are and how we use them. Then I'll talk through how to use that specific question as a writing prompt so that we can, think about it, because it's a really interesting and really good question. So whoever sent that in, it was anonymous, I don't know, but whoever it was, thank you, because that's a really cool subject for a video. So a writing prompt is when you are given like a little seed, like a little nugget of an idea, just a tiny little thing. And from that you use it to grow it into a story. Now, I used to think that writing prompts were a bad idea when this was a long time ago. Because I was like, well, if you give a writing prompt out, everyone is going to write the same story. Like, where's the variety? You don't want that. That is nonsense. Trust me, I have learned the truth, right? You could give 1,000 people the same writing prompt and you would get 1,000 different ideas, 1,000 different stories, because we all see the writing prompt that we are given and we come up with different ways of addressing it, different thoughts. It inspires us in different ways, and you will create from that little prompt, you will create different characters, different scenarios, different backstory, different conflicts. Everything will be completely unique. You're just using one tiny starting point. So writing prompts are fantastic, especially if you're struggling for an idea and you know you want to write and you have really good characters and things in your head, but you're not sure where to start with. If you use a writing prompt, it can start growing it. It's like lightning. You have all these ideas come out from it. So writing prompts are fantastic, and you can find them. They're all over Twitter, Instagram, thousands and thousands on Pinterest. Fantastic. Highly recommend it. So the writing prompt I'm going to talk about today is, you wake up and you realise that you are in the wrong body. So the question I was given was, what would you do? Which is what I'm going to use for the writing prompt. So first thing you'd do, there are multiple things you might do first. So this is my point. You will all come up with different things. So I'll just talk through a few of them. First thing you might do is notice. Notice, I mean, if you think about it, you wake up, you aren't immediately looking down at yourself. You aren't looking at yourself in a mirror. But you do look at your hands. So you pick up your phone to see what time it is. Or you wake up and you're like, that. You might notice that your hands are wrong. But you might not immediately realise they're wrong. You might just be a bit foggy-eyed and confused. But if you notice there's something wrong with your hands, then you might start to look at the rest of you. And then you'd realise. Alternatively, you might not notice at all. You might not realise. You might wake up and just get up. Like for me, for instance, when I first wake up, I usually have to go sort out my children because one of them has been like, Mommy, I need the toilet, or Mommy, I want my breakfast. So I get up, I head downstairs. But then if that happened, if one of my children woke me up, if I went downstairs and I was somebody else and a stranger came walking down the stairs, my children would freak out. So then that is another different story idea. How would my children react to some stranger coming downstairs in their mum's pajamas? Alternatively, you go downstairs, you make your coffee, maybe you go to the toilet, you look in the bathroom mirror and see somebody different staring back at you. Then, of course, then it's a different freak out, a different panic, because then you're having a different story. So then, when your character, or your character, has worked out that they are in the wrong body, then what do they do? If they're in a relationship, they have to wake up their partner and tell them. If they're at home with their parents, again, they have to tell them. If they have kids, how do they explain to their kids? And then would they believe them? Would they not think that they are just some crazy stranger who's broken into the house and is trying to convince them? So then it's like, what questions would they ask? How would you prove it was really you? And then you have to work out who did it to you. How did it happen? Is it some kind of Freaky Friday thing where you have to sort of work out and learn the truth by a certain time so that you can switch back? Like, is it a body swap? Or is like somebody's cursed you and put a spell on you and then you're in the wrong body? Is it going to stay like that forever? Do you then have to try and explain to the outside world why your partner is suddenly in a different relationship with a different person, but it's still you? Would they believe you? How is it going to affect your whole life that you are suddenly in the wrong body? Who has your body? Do you know if someone has your body? Oh, there's so many questions. I love writing prompts. Probably tell I'm getting overexcited. But I do. I love writing prompts because that's the point. Once you start thinking about a scenario, just a simple little scenario, so many stories can spring from it. And yeah, so that's the writing prompt thoughts. So what I would like to do, and I don't set homework, and I'm not going to set homework, obviously, of course I'm not. But what I am going to do is say, maybe if a few people who watch these videos go away, think about waking up and realising they're in the wrong body. Maybe. I mean, there's all sorts of social medias as well as the YouTubes that we could share those on. And we could look at how other people have responded to a writing prompt and work out why and what we can learn from it, and maybe explore that a bit, because that would be, to me, really interesting to see how you guys respond to it, what thoughts come into your head. And I think we can learn a lot from that, because we always follow our thoughts, but if you see where someone has come from with a writing prompt and how their mind has shot off with it, it can give you new ideas and new ways of thinking, and I think that would be a really interesting thing. Of course, you don't have to do it. I'm not going to be checking up on you. But if you wanted to take part and do that, where would we share it? Put me a comment below where you think we should all put these, whether it's here on YouTube or somewhere else. But I would really like to see what other people come up with, because I think it's a really interesting concept. So yeah, we should all try, as many of us who want to, obviously, and think about what we would do if we woke up and we were in the wrong body, and think of the characters and the scenarios that we would get into, because it's a really interesting writing prompt. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. As I say, Monday, Wednesday and Friday is when I'm putting videos out, normally, unless I'm sick. And or if you go to my website, jjbarnes.co.uk, over there you'll find links to all my social media, as well as all the work I'm doing, and my books, things like that. So come find me, talk to me, and tell me what you think of the writing prompt. And if this video is popular and successful and people are interested in it, I will do other writing prompt videos where I talk through other writing prompts, how we can think about them, what we can do with them, ways of growing a story from a writing prompt. So yeah, that is what I would like to do. Yeah, come find me and we'll talk. Thank you very much. Bye.